My name's Steve Kennison. I'm here to welcome you to the very first edition of Gettin' Around in FloTown. This video segment will show many of the events that the city has put on in the last few months. We're going to start with an event held back on September 21st, put on by the Parks Department. This was the Light the Darkness Glow Run held at St. Ferdinand Park. It's a suicide prevention fundraiser. This year we had 350 runners. It was by far the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Parks Department.
A large part of this fundraiser is our Glow Run. We have a 5K distance as well as a 1 mile distance. This whole event was started by our Youth Advisory Commission 11 years ago in honor of one of our members, good friends, who committed suicide. She just wanted to kind of raise money for local organizations to help with outreach programs and resources and research and just anything that we can do to try to help people going through that struggle know that there's help and that people really care for them, and that, you know, we hope that we can help them find alternatives.
Every year we look forward to another successful Glow Run, and we hope that it continues to grow like it has the past few years. A few weeks later, October 17th, we held a food truck night over at the Knights of Columbus grounds. This was another big turnout, and it's a very cool event to get your families outside and get to see some of the local food that North County has to offer. There was a lot of food trucks out for a lot of people to try a lot of different things. There was a local band playing there on a stage, so you can go get some food from a food truck, eat it while listening to some live music, or maybe even do some dancing at some point. Make sure that when it starts to warm up, you look out for the dates that they're going to hold more food truck nights, just like this one. 2 days after that, in the same place, we held a 5K race to the shrine. This was for all Florissant residents to get out, run around Old Town, and end at the Ferdinand Shrine. It's always good to see Florissant residents mingling together, running, and of course, for a good cause. And then the following month, on November 10th, we held our Veterans Day Parade. The parade was a good way to honor all Florissant veterans. The parade started at Bangert Park and ended at VFW Hall. The VFW Hall had a lot of people waiting for a ceremony. The ceremony was to honor, once again, Florissant veterans. And that is where Sergeant Lou Bauman was crowned Florissant Veteran of the Year. This year we were blessed with a beautiful day for Veterans Day Parade. It was 65 degrees outside, it was sunny, and a lot of people came out. That brings us to the Christmas season. This year we kicked off our Christmas season with a whole day of Christmas events. We started with a plaque dedication for Rita Meyer. Rita Meyer has a very rich history here in Florissant and all over the country. This was by far our biggest turnout that we've had for one of our plaque dedications. It truly shows how much of an impact she had on Florissant and on its residents. She was nicknamed Slats for when she was playing in professional baseball. Her biggest claim to fame was there was a character named after her in the movie A League of Their Own. Now in New York, there's actually a play all about her, all about Slats.
Rita was nicknamed Slats after St. Louis Cardinals shortstop Marty Marion, given the nickname because someone said her style reminded them of how Marion played. Quite a common way in sports to get a nickname. In 1946, Rita tried out for the league at spring training in Mississippi. She was allocated to the Red Wings expansion team based in Peoria. She played regularly at shortstop and also pitched in 13 games in 1947.
Following the plaque dedication, we had our Christmas tree lighting ceremony. This was held right in front of City Hall. There was entertainment provided to us by the Florissant Men of Harmony. They were singing on the steps of City Hall. Once the ceremony started, the Queen and her court led the whole city in Christmas carols. The mayor and the city council kicked it off by getting the lights turned on. Once the lights were turned on, they stay on throughout the whole Christmas season. They finally get turned off and the lights get taken down once January begins. This year the lights display turned out to be beautiful. People loved the Christmas tree display, and this is always a great event that's put on by the city. to get everyone in the holiday spirit. Another way to keep our residents in the Christmas spirit is with the Summons of Joy program that's put on by our Florissant Police Department. They started this a few years ago. They team up with the NCCU and all their parishioners. The Summons of Joy program is a really cool program. Different Florissant police officers drive around looking for small traffic violations. Normally when there's a small traffic violation, they'll pull them over, they'll tell them what they did wrong, and instead of writing a ticket, they give them a Summons of Joy, which is a $100 gift card to Target. They tell them that this is for Christmas and this is supposed to be used for good. The NCCU and their parishioners are where this money and these gift cards come from. It's a very cool thing led by Dr. Rance Thomas. We thank Dr. Rance Thomas and we thank NCCU and we thank their parishioners. Keeping with happy holiday Christmas cheer was also a delivery of bikes this year. The city teamed up with Glenn Travers from GMT Travers Automotive Group, and they gave 60 bikes to kids who either needed them or were being rewarded for good behavior and being a good student in school. The Ferguson-Florissant School District picked different kids from different classrooms who would need bikes and who would appreciate the bikes.
Hello, I'm Mayor Tim Lowry. I'd like to take a few minutes to acknowledge someone in our Florissant community. Glenn Travers is the president and CEO of Travers Automotive and RV Group. He has a strong ties to Florissant and is deeply committed to our community. Mr. Travers generously made a large donation of new bicycles to be given out to our students in the area grade schools. The City of Florissant and the school resource officers recently distributed 60 bikes to very happy students. As mayor, I realized the children in our community represent our future. We must do everything possible to provide them with a quality education and safe environment to grow, flourish, and become successful citizens for the future of our community.
The last of the bikes were delivered just before Christmas. Then we were off for a few days for everyone to enjoy the holidays with their families. Hopefully everyone had a good holidays. We ended the year with the Senior New Year's Eve party held over at J.J. Egan Center, put on by our senior department. Senior department continues to put on great events, and more seniors seem to be getting involved. This year, they sold over 350 tickets for the Senior New Year's Eve party as we counted down to noon. This was by far the biggest New Year's Eve party, and I believe the biggest party that the senior department has ever thrown. So hopefully that continues to grow, and hopefully the senior department can continue to put on great events for our senior residents here in Florissant. Overall, we had a very eventful end of the year. We closed 2019 with a lot of fun events and a lot of residents getting involved in these events. With 2020 just starting, we have a lot of events coming up for all of you to look forward to. We got Mardi Gras, Valley of Flowers, and a bunch of other things put on by the Parks Department, the City of Florissant, Senior Department, pretty much the entire city. I'm Steve Kinnison, and I hope to see you out and about in Florissant.